right. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. This is your boy KBM, Kenyan by Marriage, your host of This is Africa, Saturday, 4 July 2020. We have a very special guest here today with us, as we have always a lot of special guests. And I will go ahead and let him introduce himself outside of saying the African Wolf King. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Let me go ahead and put you up on the screen here.
Yeah.
All right, we got you here from Tanzania, and let everybody know where. First of all, I'm going to do this at the beginning and the end. Let everybody know where they can find you.
Exactly. Yo, you can find me through Instagram at Africa Wolf King, all the way also on YouTube at Africa Wolf King. Also, I'm from Tanzania, born and raised in Tanzania. So you can find me in Tanzania.
Okay, great, great. I'm just going to do a quick check here. Everybody in the chat, we have Homies and Lifters, God First, Pina the Grace. We also have Mary Simba, and then Paramedic Gamer. Thank you all for coming in. Can anybody hear us at this point? I went ahead and put a message in the chat. Just want to make sure we have a mic check. We did do a little something different today. Before I go any further, I want to make sure everybody can hear. Mic check real quick, please. Okay, thank you very much, May Simba. Sorry for calling you Mary. May Simba, thank you very much. And Africa Wolf King, I got a lot of questions for you today. And there's going to be some questions I'm sure that are going to come up in the chat. And I'm going to try to give those priority when they do come up before my questions. And I'll put them on the screen so that way you can answer them. You already told me that you really can't participate much as far as you making comments in the chat room. We also have MC Puma World, thank you for coming in. We have Tay Silker. Hopefully, my wife is able to join us here today. She's in Nairobi, Kenya. And yeah, we're having a good turnout so far. Thank you, everybody, again for coming in. Okay, so he told you that you can find him on Instagram and everything. His information, everybody, is in the description box. This gentleman has worked with Woda Maya, and I'm going to go ahead and let him tell us who is African Wolf King.
Okay, thank you so much for this opportunity. First of all, my real name is Shaban bin Saif, but Africa Wolf King is my brand name. I was born and raised in Tanzania in the Kilimanjaro region in the Moshi district, the gateway of Mount Kilimanjaro. Africa Wolf King is a vlogger. Also specialized I'm a professional in safari and mountain guiding here in Tanzania.
Mountain Guide.
So
Okay.
yeah, safari and mountain guide. I'm specialized on that things, and that is my work I'm doing. Apart from vlogging and taking videos. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, my wife said that she's able to get on, but the network is a little slow. Thank you, Evelyn, for being here. I understand what's going on with the network. We also want to thank Lisa Marie Melanin Beauty. She's just arrived not too long ago. My first question for you, African Wolf King, is this: you were
Yeah.
contacted by someone who works for Google in South Africa. Now, asking you to use some of your footage from one of your videos. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. I was contacted with some woman who works in South Africa as a producer in a company called the BBDO. So she found me on WhatsApp and texted me, introduced herself, and told me what she was going to tell me everything. So she told me to text her my email, so it would be very possible for me to talk to her through on my email. So I was talking to her like 1 week before the African Day, and I came at the finally. She told me she wanted to use one of my footage as a commercial on African Day. So that's what happened.
Okay, okay. So, everybody, if you don't understand quite what's going on yet, African Wolf King, one of his probably like a few seconds of one of his videos that I'm about to play here for about 10 or 20 seconds was used by Google in the African Day
I
2020
don't,
video.
I don't hear good. I don't hear good.
Okay, are you able to hear now?
I don't hear good.
Can you hear me now?
I think the network or what? No, it's a little bit scratching.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Testing. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, okay. So, everybody, so like I was saying, Google contacted him to use a portion of one of his videos where he's on top of Mount Kilimanjaro. And I'm going to play that segment of not their video, but of his video of what they used. Okay.
All right.
So let me go ahead and share this again.
Okay.
All right, congratulations.
Habari gani? Nzuri sana. Wageni wakaribishwa Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata. Karanga tulilala, hakuna matata. Kuoga walioga, hakuna matata. Barafu tukafika, hakuna matata. Mantoksi wali
Hey, yeah, good morning, Africa, and good morning, the world. African Wolf King did it. I'm on top of Africa, the three highest standing mountain in the world. Look at
Okay, we're able to see that, right? You're able to hear that and see that?
Yes, I saw that.
Okay, everybody. So I got the original link to Google Africa, Africa Day 2020 in the description box as well as the comment section so everybody can check it out. It's a 1 minute video. He starts around 8 seconds. So I've already known this gentleman through Wodamaya's videos when he was touring in Tanzania. And once I saw this about a month ago, I let this gentleman know that he was actually in that video, but he had some other things to say to me. So I wanted to interview him and get to know more about Africa Wolf King. So my next question for you is, you've already seen the video, obviously, and did you have any idea like how significant your footage would be in that video after you watched it?
Well, to be honest, I didn't even know how significant of my footage will be on that video because to me it was like the first time when the woman found me, I was I was not surprised like because a lot of people find me and tell like a king I want to use a footage. So I thought maybe she contacted with a lot of YouTubers. So I thought maybe on that video for a minute, maybe the Woodman will be inside, maybe or Nappy Briggs will be inside, or anyone else. But at the end of time, I came to saw as my only Africa Wolf King. So I didn't see the significance before if that footage would be so awesome like that because everybody was just calling me like a king. I saw you on MTV and. You were shout out like I'm on top of Africa, and that is the only place I was the only one who talking on that video. So, oh my God, that was so surprising.
I bet. I bet. I also like to say thank you for Megan New, who just came in, as well as Mercy. Thank you very much. And my next question for you, the video title is Africa Day 2020. Did the person tell you that they were going to
Yeah.
use the footage for that video? Were you
I
able to
didn't hear the
hear?
question.
Okay, so the video is titled Africa Day 2020. Did the person
Yes,
tell you that they were going to use your footage for that video?
yes. Before they use my footage, they sent me the everything, so maybe I could sign up the contract and everything because they need to have a copyright for my footage. They told me like my video, my footage of, of the seconds. Apart from posting this on Google Africa, but they will do this on TVs and online TVs. So, and the only one TV that I saw myself was MTV based Africa.
MTV based
But
Africa. Okay.
MTV based Africa.
Okay.
So, and they told me like my footage they will lose on just in 1 month. That was 25 May up to 25 June. That is only 1 month. So I'll be online and I'll be on TV, like MTVs and another TVs. But hopefully, I just only saw myself on MTV. But apart from that, also, they said like my video they will just on Google guidelines and teaching people. I don't remember that well, but I remember they said only it should be available only in 4 countries like Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, and Kenya. So they were, Google they have a lot of things to show people, and they have their own campaign. So they tell me like my footage they will be around there, but they will not be seen in my country or other countries, just only in 4 countries. So they'll be in a Google line and guide sense. Yep.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. So at least 4 countries. We do have a person named Jovinci K that said that I saw you too. So somebody in the chat seen you. Um,
Yeah.
we have a question from homies and lifters. What did she do with this footage? So he basically just said it was for the Africa Day 2020 video, and it was put on Africa YouTube base. I'm not sure how that went. And it was in 4 different countries. And again, everybody that's just coming on, whoever wants to see that video he was in, the link is in the comment section as well as the description box. So my next question for you is, was I the first person to inform you about seeing you in the video?
Exactly. To be honest, you are the first one to inform me in YouTube because you recognize me on YouTube and you tell me like, yo, King, I saw you somewhere. Maybe you can just talk to, and that would be great. But apart from you saw me on YouTube as the first one, there are some people saw me also on TV. So they call me live, like, "Yo, King, I saw you on MTV." I was like, "For real?" So
Right
there's
on.
two different, yeah, 2 different times. Like you saw me on YouTube as a live on through Google Africa
Yeah.
account, and there's my friend also called Prince. Yeah, he used his name on Instagram, Tanzania Worldholic. So he was the first one to give me a call. I remember it was night, and he was like, "A King, was that you?" Because I saw it like 7 times, and I was just telling my friend like, "I know that guy," and people was like, "No, you don't know that guy." So, so that's how it was.
So let me ask you a question to that question. How did that make you feel when people were calling you up?
Yeah. Excuse me, I didn't hear good.
How did that make you feel when people were calling you up saying I seen you on TV?
Oh my god, you have no idea how excited I was on that day. Just remember it was. I remember it was night, and I was just chilling. I was just chilling with my friend, outside at my home, and just suddenly I got the call, like my friend. I thought maybe we just talking, and having some chit chat, but he was like, "Yo, man, you cannot believe this." I was like, "What?" Man, I saw you live on MTV Base Africa. That was, I was like, my heart shocked, and I was like, oh my god, is really was me? Because I know exactly maybe it will be just only on maybe the local TVs or online TVs. I didn't know exactly it will be MTV Base Africa. Do you know that? Oh my god, I cannot even. I don't know how to explain it. To be honest, I was so excited. Like suddenly I just get home and say, Mom, you cannot believe this. I made it. I'm on TV."
Well, that's
And I
pretty.
was the only one who was just saying, "I'm on top of Africa." God damn it! You cannot believe this.
So everybody, you heard it from him within his video. I'm on top of Africa. He created that. He created that saying. That's his slogan. This is the man who who you know where that got started from. So hashtag I'm on top of Africa is the African Wolf King. The African Wolf King came out with
Exactly,
that.
exactly,
So be prepared. He's gonna
exactly, exactly.
be prepared for him. We talked in the
I just
back.
want to let them people out there.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's like I just want to let them people. I just want to let them people out there.
Okay, so African Wolf King. It looks like you froze for a second.
If what am I use I am Maya, man, I appreciate for that man. And Wolf King,
All right, everybody, we're having a little bit of technical difficulty. We'll see if he can get that hashed out. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to read the chat a little bit until he gets back. Homies and lifters did ask what did she do with his footage. So basically, she played a second of his footage saying I'm on top of Africa while he was on top of Mount Kilimanjaro there in Tanzania. We have Megace is nice with thumbs up. MC Puma World. Yep, I saw the video. Okay, he went out. I think he's going to come back in. Do check everything in the description box. I have all the links that you guys need. As you can see, the banner going across from right to left. Check in the description box for guest details. So I'm just waiting for him to come back on. I do appreciate everybody being patient. Essence TJ TV, thank you for coming in. If anybody hasn't gotten anybody that's content creators, go ahead and do so. Do it in the right way. And okay, I think he might be coming back on right now. Hold on one second, guys. Yeah, here he is. It'll just be a moment. Okay, welcome back.
yo, thank you.
I I think your excitement somehow disturbed the network.
I think so. I have to come down a little bit. Oh my god.
So
Of course.
the last part I heard was you were thanking Maya, and you're getting ready to say something right after that.
Yes, I was saying that that slogan of "I'm on top of Africa"
Hmm.
is belong to African Wolf King.
You heard it
What am I? Yeah, everybody. I think everybody understand that because what am I use I am Maya each
right,
and every video. You got that, but
right,
Africa Wolf King starting from today, I'm on top of Africa.
right on, right on.
Yeah, right on.
Okay, okay. So I got another question for you.
Yep,
To date, I'm talking about today,
yep.
and I checked yesterday. There has already been 130,000 plus people who have watched the video from Google. How does that make you feel?
Wow, I'm feel blessed, very blessed. Like you know, when I was starting my YouTube channel, I remember there are some people was telling me like you're going to make it, you know, but I was just afraid about it. So to be among of the Google commercial and now is almost like a 150. Oh my God, I'm feel so blessed. I feel like one day my video will blow up like that. Not only one video, in each and every video on my YouTube channel is going to blow like that because I have a passion and everything. I don't know how to make it.
Okay, and everybody, I've watched all his videos on his channel. Definitely go there and just check him out, and subscribe to him. He's going to come out with more stuff. Trust and believe. We've talked in the back, and talked about being. I'm a perfectionist. I like to be a perfectionist. That's why I don't come out with a lot of videos very fast. And he kind of has that same type of sentiment as I do about being a perfectionist. So I totally understand. And that's why videos don't come out as often from people like us. But um, go ahead and check them out, subscribe to them, things of that nature. Go ahead and subscribe to This is Africa if this is your first time. Comment, rate, and share. And next question for you, and I want to talk about your business. Like, what type of business do you do in Tanzania?
Well, as I said before, I'm a mountain guide and safari guide, and means in general, I'm dealing with tourism here in Tanzania. So that is the type of business I'm doing here in Tanzania. So if you would like to come in Tanzania to travel or to tour, you would like to go to safari, you would like to go to Zanzibar, you would like to climb the Mount Kilimanjaro, I'm down here. I can organize everything.
Okay, okay. So let me ask you, how and when did you break into the business of tourism? How did that start?
Well, well, I remember it was 2015 and 14, something like that. That is the first time I remember. Before becoming the guide of safari and the mountain, I was a mountain potter. You know, it was just like a dream. I was born under the near of Mount Kilimanjaro. In Kilimanjaro region, we see the mountain as a view. And one day I was like saying myself when I was a kid, I want to be on top of that. So how can I be on top of that? I supposed
Hmm.
to be a guy. I supposed to be a guide. Okay, so I have to start to be a guide. So before coming a guide, I have to save the money and everything, you know. So I started become a porter. I was carrying the luggage, you know. So in order to 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 arrive where my dream want to reach, you know. So that is the first time I started in tourism business, 2014.
14. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
as a porter. Yeah.
Okay, so so you started as a porter. So basically the
Yes.
porter is the person kind of doing the heavy work, is that correct?
Exactly. Have to be better work. Have to be much strong. Don't look at my face. I know I'm good looking, but hey, you have to be very much strong because you cut the luggage and you have to carry the luggage from one camp to another camp.
Okay, so African Wolf King, we got your video froze up again, but I can hear the audio. Go ahead and continue. You said you had to be very strong. What was after that? Were you able to hear me?
I don't hear good. The video the audio was scratching. Can you just repeat that?
Yes. You said you had to be strong and fit to be a porter. What did you say after that?
Yeah, I was saying like you have to be strong because you carry the luggage of almost like a 20 kilogram and you can walk almost like a 20 kilometer depend on the size of the camp. you know when you start climbing the mountain from the beginning, I mean the gate where you start climbing up to the top, it depends on the route where you just hiking. There are some routes that is almost like 5 camp. There are some route 4 camp. So in each and every camp, from one camp to another camp, there's a kilometer. So you have to be strong. There are some one camp to another camp. Maybe it can be 15 kilometers to walk.
Okay.
It is not so you have to be strong.
Okay. Okay. Um, let's see. We got. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and real quick. Please don't put a bunch of emojis in the chat. Probably no more than a half a dozen. So right now it looks like Google might be considering that as spam. So I'm just gonna hide that one. But thank you for the celebration icons, though. I do appreciate it. You can post it again. Just don't use so many. All right. So my next question for you is, when it comes to your clients, what is the most requested tour in Tanzania? Because you told me you don't just do Kilimanjaro. Is that correct?
Yes. All right. Cool. You know, now I have a business, but before the business to had, I still be a freelancer guy. So means I can work in in any company that would hire me. So in my business, it's not much business. It's not a big business, but it's a small business that I'm starting by myself. Is the most required is a safari tour because the mountain is much expensive. So I'm starting right now, the most requested tour is safari. So some people they asking about safari and they already coming already. Like last year before the coronavirus, I had some clients and take them to Serengeti, Tarangire, and Gorongoro.
Gorogoro and Serengeti, correct?
Yes, exactly. So that is the most requested tour is safari because the Mount Kilimanjaro climb is much expensive. So yeah.
Okay, and I'd like to say thank you to Rio Senga as well as a new TV supporting. Thank you for coming in. And I think we had somebody else a little bit higher up. Oh, yeah, we had Tay Silker. Thank you for coming in as well. She put hashtag I'm on top of Africa and hashtag Wolf King. All right, so people are already hashtagging your name, so get used to that, bro. You're going to have a lot more people finding you, trust me. Um, all right, so my next question for you is this is definitely, I guess I have to be careful with how I say it.
Yes.
Um, how hard has the pandemic affected your tourism business?
Oh my God, that is sadly business. That is sadly news. Like this pandemic, COVID-19. I remember it was last year. That is how it started in China, and the business of tourism was starting shaking. We didn't know exactly like it will become like this. Before explain everything, let me tell you something. In Tanzania, we have three things that we depend in our economies. First of all is mining, and we have agriculture and also tourism. So in these sectors, there are a lot of people who working in the sector. Let me talk in my tourism business. In Tanzania, a tourism hub is found in Arusha and Moshi. That is where the hub of the Mount Kilimanjaro and Getaway of Safari, Ngorongoro, Tarangire, and everything. So the pandemic affect in our business a lot. Like a lot of people lose the job. You cannot imagine like starting from this year, we didn't have a lot of tourists to come down here. So it means like the guides, the porters, chef, no work. The tour operators, the people who works in hotels has been closed in a long time. And because this is the town of tourism, means young generation, young people, they work as a porter, they don't have any work to do. So it affects a lot, like in 99 percentage affects. So that is sad news. Affected a lot here in Tanzania. So we hope after being the borders open, because our border didn't be closed, so it was open all the time. So we hopefully a lot of tourists they will come down here and everything will back to normal. So we just praying to God everything to back to normal because we are depending of people to work. That's why we can get something to eat. That is how it is here in Tanzania.
Okay, so you told me, I think it was a few hours ago, that I forgot exactly what we were talking about, but it alluded to you saying something about you didn't have any curfew or lockdown within Tanzania during this whole thing. Is that correct?
That is correct. We didn't have any curfew or lockdown here in Tanzania because our president knew that. You know what the problem is? I think our president is genius because 99 percentage of the people who live in Tanzania, we don't have a life that we will stay curfew or lockdown and we will still live a life because we have to eat, we will suffer inside without no food. you know so people depend on go out and work to get some money and to get the food to eat in a day. That is what the problem. That's why our president say that no curfew, no lockdown. We have to work because if we will not have to work, the government won't provide us anything, no food. So that why,
Okay, okay. So let me add on to that question, I guess.
yeah,
With what you just said, I mean, has anybody passed away thus far from people being infected within Tanzania? Has anybody, and if so, like, is it a high number, low number?
it's not a lot, not much people passed away
Mhm.
because as you know, COVID, the people who might die are maybe above the 45 years old. That's right.
Okay.
Okay, so there's no much number of people who dead here. I didn't hear much number, so that why our president decided like no lockdown, no curfew, because we didn't have much cases here.
Okay. Okay. So I mean, that does make a lot of sense. I treat this pandemic or this virus the same way I treat influenza. I take care of myself. I'm healthy. I take a lot of vitamin C. I don't get these viruses that come every year, especially in cold places where I'm at right now. Uganda is doing excellent. They haven't had any deaths so far. I checked a few days ago. They still have not had any deaths. Almost
Mhm.
everybody that was tested positive, almost everybody has recovered, and that's less than 1,000 people.
Yes,
And they're actually in a curfew type lockdown. However, the main thing I can say for sure is that in Uganda anyway, is it's about what you eat and the type of minerals and vitamins that you put in your body that's going to protect you from such things as this. So if anybody is watching Uganda, there's something to be said about what it is you put in your body. It's just like anything else. If you've ever watched people talk about health in general, like the professionals, they always talk about what you get out is what you put in,
of course.
right? And the doctors are actually saying that the people who are actually dying are the people who have underlying health issues. That means they're already chronic smokers, they're chronic drinkers, they're
Yes,
eating nothing but bad food. They're not getting anything that's going to help protect their immune system. Plus, they're not exercising. So that there's something to be said about throughout all of Africa, as big as it is, with the population that it does have, that the numbers are considerably a lot lower than the rest of the world. It's not just the hot weather. Hot weather does slow things down. However, you also have to take in consideration what are people doing different in Africa that the rest of the world is pretty much not doing. And I just wanted to put that out there. Don't fear this pandemic. Just take responsibility.
of course. Yes.
Okay, so somebody in here, MC Puma World says, correct, I'm Uganda, but based in Madrid, and that's correct. Okay, so we got another confirmation. I also know some people in Uganda who basically said the same thing, and I've been paying attention from time to time the stats from official sources that claim to be our official representation around the world. So, with all that said, Uganda and the rest of Africa is doing something right. So I got to give kudos to everybody in Africa for doing what it is that you're doing correct. Keep doing it and do better. I got another question for you. All right. So, are you getting any request from people abroad about future tours in Tanzania right now? So when their lockdown is over, they can get started on their vacation. Is that happening for you right now?
Well, it's not much like I expected, but I get some few emails and some few messages from Instagram. People they want to come in the future. They don't have a much exact time like after the lockdown they will come, but I get them. I get their message, text me like after the pandemic is over or after border to reopen again, they will most definitely count.
Okay, and with the contacts that you're getting now, what are some of the requested locations they want to tour in Tanzania?
Most of them is safari. It's like I came to notice like a lot of people they want to see lion, you know. So most of them they a little bit afraid about hiking the Mount Kilimanjaro. So the most requested tour is safari. They want to see lion, want to see the cheetah, want to see elephant. Oh yeah,
That's understandable. That's totally understandable.
yeah.
Um, Basically, most of the world sees these animals in zoos, and they're not really doing anything but laying there, and it looks like they're just growing old, and they're not living their life. So I can totally understand that. Now, when it comes to tourism,
Okay.
as far as local tourism, do you get requests from Tanzanians to hire you as their guide?
Mostly. Let me tell you something. Like Tanzanian people, they don't like to travel. They don't like to go and see their own attraction places. So
Hmm.
it's like I get that maybe like 2 times only from the start of the beginning of this journey because a lot of people they don't do that. To be honest, if there's Tanzania anyone here maybe in the chat, she or he can say that.
Okay. Okay. So, are you a solo act, or do you have any employees?
No, I don't have any employees. Like because my I'm just have a small company. I'm just
Hmm.
running by myself for this time because I don't have any capital to put that to have a lot of employees to have cars. So for this time, what I'm doing is I'm just hire everything because that is how the business is from the beginning. If they get the clients, if maybe they are 4 or 5 or they are full from one car, you can just hire a car and there's a freelancer guide. Like myself, I'm a freelancer guide. So if you don't want to go by yourself or you want to direct them or to just be organizer in town, so you can just give them to the freelancer guide, can take them to anywhere. So I don't have an employee for this time. Maybe my cameraman is my employee.
Okay. Um, how did you meet Wodamaya?
Woo! Whoa! I remember that was in Zanzibar last year. First, let me give you some story how I met with Odeman. I was watching his video. Zanzibar is a very beautiful place, and the place where I was living is called Inungwi. Is found in northern side of Zanzibar. The place where is, I mean, it's expensive place to live in Zanzibar. The place where I was staying, and I was just living in a house. I was living to my friend's brother, my brother's friend. So he told me to go there because I'm dealing with tourism and blah 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 something like that. So at that time, one of my friends told me, "Can you just buy me a phone when he was in mainland?" So he sent me the money to go to town and buy him a phone. So I decided to go at the same day and to get back to Nungwi, to go to town and get back to Nungwi. From the place where I was living to town, it is almost 2 hours away to use by transportation of a car. So when I was just go there, I decided to sleep there because I have some friends also there in town. So when it was morning the next day after buying the phone and everything, the next day I remember it was around 10 or 11. So before I decided to take my transportation, I decided to get back to go to Instagram and to check out what is going on and what is out there. And then at 1 minute story, he was Wademaya on the story, and he was just saying, "Oh, now I'm in Zanzibar." So he was on a port of Zanzibar. Now I'm in Zanzibar. So yeah, just keep subscribe. Like how we do YouTubers. And then I was like, maybe I can text him. Maybe he can respond. He's superstar to be honest. I was afraid about texting him. Maybe he was not going to respond me. And just suddenly, I text him, "Yo, bro, let's catch up. I'm in Zanzibar also." And boom, suddenly he texts me back, "Yo, bro, give me your number. Send me your number right now, like a voice message. Send me your number right now so I can call you and to know where are you so we can catch up." So I sent him my number. Then around 1 minute, so he called me himself, like, "Yo," and I was like, "Yo, I am Maya. What's going on, bro?" Like he's a crazy, and something bad is that I'm a crazy too. So I was like, "Yo, what's going on?" So it's like, "Yo, man, I'm in Zanzibar here. So where are you right now?" I told me I'm in my friend's house. I was about to go to where I'm from. And he was like, "No, man, you have to come where I'm now right now." And he was in a hotel at that time. So he told me like, "I'm in some hotel called Executive. I will not forget that hotel. So I'm in Executive Hotel. Can you come down here right now, ASAP, bro? I'm waiting here." And then I went there. I was just like dreaming because I was watching Water Maya, to be honest. So I was like, "Oh, is that really? Okay, let me go and watch him. No problem." So after being there, I was like, "Yo, that is Maya. I am Maya." That was crazy, man. That man has got a vibe, you know what I'm saying? That man has got
Yeah,
a vibe for real, has got energy in the real life. And then, something that was really crazy is let me tell something, people who watching this. What am I knowing me before I know him? Like before meet with Wademaya, I met with Ayamara. I don't know if anyone know Ayamara here.
I do.
Yeah, okay, so Ayamara, I met with him like 3 weeks before meet with Wademaya, you know, and then Wademaya saw me on video of Ayamara, so he was like, "Yo, is that you? I saw you on video," because after telling him like, "Hey, I met with Mara," so we had a lot of story to tell. So I was like, "Yo, man, you meet with Mara? Oh, is that you? I saw you on that video," and I was like, "Oh yeah." Now we are talking the same language.
Okay, okay, well, that's cool
Yeah,
because
that's that
because
is how it
my
was.
conception of thinking how you two met was that he found you somewhere on YouTube and contacted you because that's what he does quite a bit is look for other YouTubers and contacts them before he goes there. So I thought maybe that was your story with him, but I can see now that you guys have a unique story on how you met up, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and to be honest, after a lot of story because we stayed in a story like I remember I went there in a hotel like 11 or 10, and then I came to get back home. It was around night. Can you believe that? It was around night, like what time that? Like a 9 or something like that. So he told me like tomorrow we will come to shoot the video, you know. So I said okay, tomorrow I'll come back. And then after tomorrow, I didn't have a channel to that time because I was very impressed to have a channel, but I didn't know how to start. I didn't know what the kind of content I'm going to put there. So after meeting with Maya, the next day after yesterday, then he told me because he was with his cameraman. Then he told me, "Yo, King, today you need to have a YouTube channel." And I was like, "Yo, bro, I don't know how to." And he forced me. Can you believe that? What am I forced me to have a channel? Like you have to start right now. And I was like, "Bro, is this my name Africa Wolf King?" Yeah, that is story. Is this my name African Wolf King? Is that good name? And he was like, "Yo, bro, that is absolutely great name ever. Use that African Wolf King, great name." And I was like, "Okay, here we go." Then that day we went to, I remember we started in Stone Town to have we record that in Stone Town, some plenty of videos. And then we went to Forodan Garden. That is where Wodema told me, "Now, kid, this is your place. You have to take any video, whatever it is, any video, then you have to post it, just in case people to subscribe in your channel."
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's
So
true.
and then that was my first video, and I was afraid to turn on the camera. I was like, "Bro, I don't know how to." Then he told me like, "I have nothing to say. I'm here. You can do whatever you want. I'm here. I want to support you. You can do whatever you want. And then I was like, okay, cool. Let me do this. So we had that one video. Then boom, I respect him because I didn't get back to where I was because he told me from now on you will stay in my hotel. You will eat what I eat, and you will just do everything. I will give everything, transportation and everything. And I stayed with Wadema in 1 week. 1 week
Right
in
on.
his
Right on.
hotel. Right on 1 week in his hotel. So he did everything to me. I really appreciate that, and he support me a lot of things. So, and he told me that's why you have to stay with me. I need to teach you each and everything in YouTube. So he taught me a lot of things because that is why it was intention, like to help me throughout this.
That's good. I'd like to shout out a couple of the people who have come in. We have Arena TL, who is a good vlogger out of Uganda. We also have Irene Aku. I hope I said that correctly. If not, I appreciate you coming in. We also have Jason Gill, USA to Africa. And I think there was one other person. No, that was it. That was it. Okay. Thank you guys for coming in. I really do appreciate it. Um, Now, talking more about Maya, watching his videos. Now, a lot of his videos, like when it comes to water, he's like standing in the pool and then he pushes off the side. I don't see him swimming, I see him gliding. And then when he was in Tanzania, let me ask you, and then that boat scene where the boat was leaking, is he really scared of the water?
Oh my God! To be honest, you know what? It was funny, but the first from the beginning, it was not funny because Wodemaya was very serious, and
Hmm.
I thought I was messed up because it was like, yo, King, what are you doing, man? I'm serious. I'm afraid of. And to be honest, I don't know how to swim. Wodemaya I don't know how to swim. The person who know how to swim is on the captain. So the body was leaking, and I was afraid. But because I was like, I don't. If I'm afraid, I don't want to make other people be afraid too.
Hmm.
That is
Okay.
how my secret is. So I was trying to make them feel happy, like, yo, this is okay, this is cool, and I will just take him the video. And that video, to be honest, it was not the official video because Wademaya didn't want to be taken in the video. I was taking the video and then he pushed me out. Like, I don't want anyone to take me the video. So and then at the final, he was like, man, this is funny, but I'm afraid. So do whatever you want, guys. It's okay. So he accepted that. Like, do whatever you want, guys. It's okay. So we were taking the video, and then when we arrived to the hotel, and I told him, Maya, look at this video. I have the footage, and we have the footage also on the camera. So can we put this together? And then we got the video.
Yeah, I mean, uh, I can understand, but obviously the captain of the boat knows that the boat was leaking, and I think he knew that how much time he actually has to get from one side to the other before he has to start, taking water out of the boat. Um, okay, let's see here. Hold on 1 second here. We got a message for Arena. I'm sure you could see that from MC.
Yeah.
All right. So my next question for you is, outside of Guatemala, is what do you enjoy most about being a tour guide?
Oh wow, wow, wow. To be honest, is like I love to travel the world. When I was a boy, I was dreaming like one day I will travel the world and I will be somebody, but I didn't know who well I'm going to be. So I decided to be a guide so I can meet with different people around the world
Hmm.
because I know exactly like my Tanzania is very beautiful and there are a lot of people around the world that are coming down here. So when I meet with people, I'll make a new friend. I'm definitely crazy, you know, and I like to make friend with a lot of people out there, because this is the world of connection nowadays. If you don't have any connection, you're not going to make anything in this world. So to be
That's true.
mostly that what I like about mostly about being guide is I love to travel. I love to hike. I love to go out there and see anything else. That's why I was in Zanzibar because I'm a guide. I can go to safari. I can see the lion. I can hike the mountain. I can go anywhere. If some people maybe hire me, let's go somewhere else. Then I can go with him or her. So that it should be my chance for me to travel somewhere to another. That is what I like mostly about being guide.
You are right, and that is a good way to make contacts. I remember when I was in the computer business for a while, I made quite a few contacts just out of that business with different people that got me to different areas of life later on.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's something to be said about that. Now, Arena TL in here is saying, "Hey Wolf King, my next country will be Tanzania, more so far, and Zanz. I hope to get you there."
You will get me there. Don't worry about it. I'm here. King is here for you.
Okay, and if you go to Uganda, she's going to be your support in Uganda. Trust me, trust and believe. She's
Oh,
a great host person, as well as Damaris and Jenga in Nairobi, Kenya. If you don't know her
oh,
yet, I'll get you to know her pretty soon. We have a great support
okay.
system, and you're now part of the family. And yeah, it's good to have you on here. Now, my next question to segue from the last question:
Yep.
what do you like least about being a tour guide?
Woof, 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 woof. As it to be a mountain guide. Let me start the mountain guide because it's something that I like. But at least, the time when you wake up at night and you go to summit, that is the part I don't hate, but it's the most hard, painful and hard part. That is at least I like about being a guide. But all that thing I like. That is only one part. The time when you go to summit.
Okay, okay. So, any advice you would give to someone who wants to start a business as a tour guide?
First, you have to know what is tour guide, and you have to know what tour guide offer. There are some rules of being a tour guide. You don't have to be a tour guide and that sometimes you have to know you have to know what kind of people you are guiding, where they are from, their culture, and everything. I mean, if you want to start to be a guide, you have to definitely start about this. What you want to do. If you want to be a safari guide, means you have to go to college to study about to know the animals and to know the environment. If you want to be the mountain guide, means you have to study about the mountain and to know what is mountain, rock, what is found there, the zones and everything. That is what I can say. To advise you have to go to college or you can do it as a local. There are some local cultural guide, they can do it because the most important is you have to know the information because guide you have to sell the information. If you don't know the information means you're not guide, you'll be a visitor.
Okay, okay. All right. So let's get into a little bit of YouTube business.
Okay,
When and why did you start a YouTube channel?
it was last year when I met with Wademaya. The reason why I started YouTube is, you know from the beginning, when I was just studying in a secondary school, I was I was loving to taking my video. Like anything I'm doing, I'm taking a video selfie, or I'm telling my friend like, okay, take me video, take me video. Maybe I'm dancing, maybe I'm doing anything funny. So I didn't know like if I would have a YouTube channel, then I can push my video there. So for my remember, maybe if I have a child or grandson or granddaughter, they will see what I was just doing. That is why I started a YouTube channel. And then something that make me start a YouTube channel is like you can do what you want on your channel. Maybe you can do market for the business you do, like I'm doing tourism,
Hmm.
and the YouTube is the better place for me to advertise for what I'm doing also. So that is what I'm doing. So
Okay.
to have a YouTube channel is for business and for taking also my for this time, when you are growing up a little bit in YouTube, you're going to get a lot of ideas to do. For this time, I have to take
Right.
my Tanzania to the world out there to show them people what is found here and put a lot of things in my YouTube channel.
Yeah, I just thought of something when it comes to YouTube and Wodamaya is like every time he visits a different country and promotes it, it may be two videos or up to like about 10 videos. And I think what some people miss when they're watching those videos, a lot of people want to be entertained, yes. But two, he's planting seeds for the YouTube creators in each country to go ahead and promote that country. And I've seen some people do it, and they've done a great job. I've seen a lot of other people who tried and and figured out that YouTube wasn't for them. But I would recommend if anybody is really interested in promoting their own country, um, take some of the examples that you have seen Wodamaya interact with some other people in their countries and then how they have grown. And you'll be amazed at some of the stuff that has come out of those creators. Um, Now, my next question for you again is a YouTube question. What has been your biggest single challenge when operating a YouTube channel?
Like I can say my biggest challenge is, you know, a lot of people say you can just use your phone to operate a YouTube channel, but to me it's a little bit different. Like there is a lot of places in Tanzania. They're beautiful. I don't want to start with that, and at the finally, I want to repeat that again to take that video. You know, so my biggest challenge is camera. When I get the camera, you saw me. I'm going
Yeah.
to blow this YouTube. I'm going to blow this YouTube. I swear to God, because I know how the way is. I have a connection. I swear to God. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. Because right now, I'm in a list of Google content creator from Tanzania. I'm on that list. And they told me like they'll be watching my videos. So whenever they watch my video, they will have something to me. So that's why I need to have a quality video to post, because I know whenever they take my video, they can put on TV. So it has to be in the right way, in a good
I,
way.
I hear you. I hear you. That's that
Yeah.
perfectionist that I hear coming out of your voice. So you definitely have a lot of energy to do this. I'm the same way. I have a lot of energy to do this, and I just certain things have to be set in place for me in order for me to go forward. That's just the way that I am.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
basically, for most of the content creators that are listening, you don't have to necessarily do what we're doing. Just go ahead, like a lot of other content creators, like Miss Trudia said, just go ahead and
Yeah.
start filming. Just use what you got
Yes.
and go for it.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you can always improve as you go on. Now, next question for you,
Yes.
and this is another YouTube question.
Okay.
Um, Going forward, where do you see your channel in the next 12 months?
Guys, this is so excited question I want to answer. First, I think after what am I? Because what am I doing great? And I'm telling what am I Taya Tayo Aina films like I'm behind them. I'm behind them. I'm coming. In the faster like a 4G or 5G. For real, I'm coming. I have energy to this. I have so much energy to do this. And the people will support me. I know that. And I have all the chances to do this. I'm coming and I'm seeing myself like I'm on top of Africa as a vlogger. Because I was on top of Africa on the Mount Kilimanjaro, 58 to 95 meters above the sea level. And after 12 years, I'll be on top of Africa as a vlogger from Tanzania. I swear to God, believe me.
Well, if you're on top of Africa, you can also say this. When you're on top of Africa, you're also on top of the world because Africa
Yeah,
is on
yeah,
top of
yeah,
the
yeah.
world.
We got that. We got that. We got that. We got that. So I'm going to be on top of that.
Okay. So Rena says, I use my phone always. By the way, everybody that's
Because I remember a
listening.
lot of people.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. No. Okay. You can continue. Huh? It's okay.
Yeah. If everybody that's listening, if you have any questions for the guest, go ahead and put that in the chat, and I'll go ahead and have him answer your questions. Go ahead. You're about to finish off with something there.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Just continue.
Okay. Okay. So we've already you've already kind of alluded to what type of equipment are you using, but what type of equipment do you use when shooting your videos? Like, can you give us like a brand name, not to promote a brand, but like a brand name, a model number, and maybe what type of software do you use? Do you depend solely on the YouTube editor in YouTube Studio, or do you use something else? Please give us that information.
Yeah. I was using Samsung J7 before that. I was using also iPhone 6s Plus, and I was using also iPhone 8 because sometimes I take my friend's phone, and they help me to shoot the video. So I'm looking for the quality. My phone doesn't have a good quality, so I use sometimes my friend's phone to shoot me and to post on YouTube. And the kind of software I use is Filmora, and also I use Filmora on my computer, on my laptop, and also sometimes I can edit through my phone through VLLO. I think that app called that VLLO.
Hmm.
It's simple for editing and some stuff because I love to use Filmora, and also there are some software I use called Core Video, something like that. Coral Video,
Cora,
Core Video, something like that.
Core.
Core
Okay.
Videos,
Okay.
Core Video is so easy and simple to use. I don't love complicated softwares.
Okay. Understandable. So Arena TL, the girl child of Uganda, she says a boy child is swearing to take over.
I swear to God, tell them I'm coming, tell them I'm coming for real.
So we have MC. He's saying all the content on my channel is phone footage. It's just about how best you can edit and take good shots.
Yes, it's like as a vlogger, all those vlogger they are allowed to take selfie like a video themselves, but to me it's like you know I've come to understand that to be a YouTuber you have to be entertained and informative. So if I will take a video as a selfie, I think I will not entertain people. That's why you can see a lot of my videos. There are someone who taking me the video because I want to entertain people. That's why.
Okay. Okay. Now this wasn't really one of my questions, but we kind
Okay.
of talked about it before we went live here a few hours back. If Google/YouTube, South Africa, Kenya, maybe Tanzania or elsewhere, if they had some type of event and you are a honored guest that they invited you, are we going to see you show up at that event?
Exactly 100% yes. Because to if they invite you means you'll be the guest honor as a content creator. So after going there, you will get connection also with other bunch of content creators. So I think that
Right.
it will be a bit down for them to go there.
Okay. MCE also says you guys can try out Mojave as well. It is quite easy. It's a good suite. And then we also have the girl child Arena TL saying, have you had low moments in your YouTube journey? That's a good question.
Oh, I think yes, I had it. My YouTube channel had a low moment, of course.
Can you expand on that?
Uh, it's like I don't know how I can make it clear to each and everyone to understand it.
Just do your best. That would be good.
It's like sometimes you can go out of content, so that why you can just stay stay down and just watch what you are going to do, you know.
Okay,
So
okay.
I don't know if my answer will be clear to like to be in a low moment like that. Because you can see I can stay almost like 4 months. I didn't post, you know. So I didn't think that it can be the low moment.
Okay, okay. I think some people as content creators trying to figure out what they want to do. I think that within a lot of people is a low moment, to be
Yeah,
honest
of
with
course.
you, because you stall yourself from starting.
Yes,
You
exactly.
know what I mean? So that's totally understandable. Girl Child Arena TL also says, "What keeps you going when the going gets tough?"
Oh my God. Oh, exactly. You know what something makes me keep going when the thing gets tough. You know, I'm a mountain guide, and everything always things are tough. You have to be strong to be a mountain guide. That's the first rule. Because I'm a mountain guide and I'm a YouTuber. So if everything is tough, I have to keep moving. Because the first rule of climb the mountain, you have to walk slowly, slowly, no matter what. Don't look anyone who walk faster than you. You will get there. So no matter what, even 2 step forward and 3 step backward, I will get there also. So when
Hmm.
something is get tough to me, I'm going like the same thing is going to me. If it's tough, I'm becoming tough. If it's strong, I'm becoming much stronger. That is how it is. So if something is tough to you, you have to become tough too, because that is the lessons in your life. Because you don't have to expect it easy thing and slow thing in your life. You have to know that one day there's a tough thing and the strong thing you will pass in order you to reach there. If everything could be slow and easy, everyone could make it. But no, few of us or few of them can make it because it's tough. So you don't have to give up. I won't give up. I swear to God, I'm not going to give up.
Great, great. Well, that's great news. I'm looking forward to seeing you with more content on your channel. Again, I totally
Yes,
understand 100% what type of content creator you are. Perfectionist is not a bad thing. It's just a little it takes us a little longer to do what we want to do. Now, there was a question I was going to ask you, but I kind of forgot. I apologize. But looks like I want to read something from Made in Africa here.
yeah,
I'm a new YouTuber from Africa, Rwanda to be specific, but I'm based in the USA. I'm into promoting Africa as a continent. I'm looking forward, or excuse me, I'm looking for support from all of you guys here. Anybody out there, please. Made in Africa. There's plenty of support that you can get from other YouTubers, and it doesn't necessarily always have to be like you making a video. Collaboration is a very big thing. YouTube also recommends that YouTubers collaborate with one another. So that means just learning from behind the scenes, nothing in front on YouTube for everybody to watch. That's one way of collabing. Having interviews like this is another way of collabing. Basically, get your feet wet by meeting people. And you don't have to meet always the biggest people on YouTube with the biggest platforms. Just start small, do things according to the YouTube guidelines. That's very important, and I do recommend that you read those guidelines from top to bottom at least twice a year. But other than that, it's a good statement that you made. You're going to get the support as long as you're active, and you're active within a core group. And make sure that you don't try to collab with everybody because that just doesn't work. There's too many people, but get with the core group that supports you and you support them, and trust and believe you'll come out on top. Um, so sorry, African Wolf King, that I forgot basically my last question that came up in my mind a while ago. I do want to say this. Tell everybody again where they can find you.
yeah. I think if you are a YouTuber or anyone, you can just follow me on Instagram. You can just text me, it's okay, and I will follow you back because we support each other. As African Wolf King on Instagram, everywhere I use Instagram, Twitter, also TikTok. I love funny thing. Oh my God! Don't forget on TikTok you can follow me as African Wolf King. Also on my YouTube channel as an African Wolf King. I'm a king of Africa, and I'm on top of Africa.
I keep saying myself, I want to say world, but I have to now change that to Africa. Um, yeah, I think it'll catch on very quickly. Thank you very much again, Arena TL. Best advice from TIA to Made in Africa. Excuse me, Made in Africa. You definitely want to um, uh, sign, or excuse me, don't not sign up, but make friends with Arena TL. She's very inspirational. That goes without saying. And let's see what else we have here. MC is saying, we are here to support you, Made in Africa, African based in Madrid, Spain. And just as TIA has said, start small, collaborate, do interviews. Yeah, I totally recommend that. And there's a lot more to do that you could do besides that. I can't say enough. What you definitely want to do, one thing I did not mention before, Made in Africa, and you're welcome, by the way, is that you want to concentrate on getting subscribers, organic subscribers. Okay. And there's a lot to be said about that. Watch a lot of videos about organic subscribers because it's going to make a lot of sense. And whatever the experts tell you, there's a lot of experts on YouTube that tells you how to do things the right way. If it doesn't work out for you right away, it's because that's to be expected, but also um, things will change as time goes on. It's not a quick process. YouTube is not a quick process. Not everybody can have that one video that they start out with and it goes viral. Don't expect that one video to go viral right away. You might have one, but if not, you can have a lot of great videos that get a lot of views and they're not viral, but you can might as well say that your channel can become viral if that makes any sense. All right, so we got Arena TL says thanks for the shout out, no problem. Arena TL also says I'm gonna be in your DM Wolf King. And Made in Africa says thanks
Okay, I'm here.
MC World. Yep. Okay. So before we wrap it up, African Wolf King, any last words you would like the people to know that we did not cover already in the
Yeah,
previous questions? Ebooks or something like that.
you hear me good?
I can hear you now. Did you hear my last question?
No, I didn't hear. Excuse me.
Okay, so the last question before we wrap this up, any last words you would like the people to know that we did not already cover in our previous questions?
All right, cool. Well, I had some bunch of many ideas. I would like you guys to know that I'm. I will start writing my ebooks about travel and tourism, and soon I will start doing that. So once you subscribe and support on my channel, also follow me on Instagram as an African Wolf King. I think before starting selling that ebooks, I will start giveaway for free to anyone who do that, so you can get my ebook for free. I'm not going to tell you when I will start that, but I will do that. It's on my dream and it's on my way for doing that.
Okay, thank you very much, African Wolf King, for being here. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here as well. Go ahead and stay on. I'll like to speak to you after the live stream. And everybody, again, I can't thank you enough. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. So it's time to end it off, and we're out.
Yeah, I'm on top of Africa.